and fans of the framework. Many of you are participating in the 66-day leadership challenge. And even if you're not, this might be useful information for you. So, this theme this week that Jane and I decided on was related to time and how time is a big barrier to us achieving things, such as the 66-day resolution. But in particular, one of the things I wanted to talk today about is what do we need to stop doing? So, what do we need to lean or eliminate from our life, whether it's at work or home, so that we can make time for the most important, meaningful, purposeful things in our life? So, sometimes, the reason we don't get at the most important things is there's this other stuff that's just taking up our time. And so there's some questions we can ask ourselves that can help us really lean out wasted time in our life, and in particular in our work. So you've probably heard about this technique that if you're cleaning out your closet, you should grab onto the item and ask, does it spark joy? Do I love it? Kind of thing. But what if we kind of grabbed onto the things in our work life, the activities that are on our schedule, the tasks that are on our to-do list, the things that are just, taking up our time during the day, and thought about them for a minute and asked, does it spark joy? Do I love it? How do I feel about it? So it's a question we can ask ourselves is, how am I feeling about this? And if we're not feeling very positive about it, we're feeling frustrated by it, whatever, it might be that it feels like it's not purposeful. It feels like it's not meaningful. It feels like it's not serving anything. And so we have these ill feelings about it. And maybe that's a cue to say, can I get rid of it? Can I get this off my plate, off my to-do list, off my calendar kind of thing? So, really asking yourself, how am I feeling about it? And then asking yourself this next question, if you're feeling not good about it, ask yourself, why am I even doing it? Why am I doing it? And maybe the answer is that you need to explore the answer to that further. And then ask, can I stop doing it? Once you understand the why am I doing it, maybe you can ask, can I stop doing it, or get permission to stop doing it? So there's a lot of times in our work lives that there's things that we just go through the motions and do that take up our time, and they're not the most purposeful, meaningful, or most important, essential things we should be doing. But we get in the habits of doing these things potentially, or they just have always happened, so we keep doing them, and they really are taking up our time. So I'll give a couple examples of leaders that I worked with who were struggling with this barrier of time. How do I get my work, how do I get my goals accomplished? How do I get my important tasks done on my to-do list when these other things keep coming up? And there was this barrier of time. So I would ask my leaders to really evaluate this thing. What's happening in your day? What's taking up your time in the day? How do you feel about it? Is it the right thing to be doing? Why are you doing it? Can you stop it? Asking your question that, is this something I can get off my plate, not do anymore, or somebody else can do? So one of those situations was a leader who, when I asked her, what's getting in your way? What's taking up your time? What's happening? And she actually kept a log during the day. And she found out that she had 100 employees, just over 100 employees. One of her employees would come and meet with her 10 different times during the day, seek her out, find her in her office, on the floor, around in the hospital, or whatever, on average about 10 times a day. And that's one employee, right? And so that was taking up a lot of her time. And so she needed to put a stop to that. She needed to figure out why it was happening and explore that, and then invest that little bit of time to save time. And then with that employee, they created this new commitment that they would huddle once in the morning really quick and once at the end of the shift really quick. And other than that, he didn't have to seek her out 10 times during the day to update her on something or ask her questions or this or that. He needed to batch those for the start or the end of each day. And so she went from 10 times with this employee to just 2 times a day. And then eventually not even that, right? So sometimes we need to just not keep going after this if it's not sparking joy, and if it's not purposeful and it's not meaningful and it's not necessary, and understand the why and can we get rid of it. There's another leader that I worked with, and again, it was, we were exploring why wasn't there good traction on her action plans to accomplish the goal in her department for that year. And in exploring that, we were trying to figure out how can she invest time in the action plan to achieve those goals, because she wasn't finding time for that. And so it's like, okay, what's happening in your day that's robbing you of that time? And we found out that there was this report that she was doing every single day, and she had been doing it every single day for 10 years. Not 30 years, 10 years. She was doing it for 10 years, and she was doing it every single day, and it was taking 30 minutes a day. And that's 2.5 hours of her work week. And what she learned was, when she asked the why am I doing it, was there was no real good purpose. When she became the leader of that department, it was a report that the other leader had kept in the department about certain activities, and it really wasn't used for any purpose. She just was tracking it, and she had been doing that for years, and it was taking up 2.5 hours a week. She stopped. She got permission to stop. And then she could use that 2.5 hours a week to give to her action plans. What about standing meetings? Are you on a lot of committees or standing meetings where you're not really needed there, but you've always been there? You've always been on this committee, or you've always been invited to this meeting. Stop and ask, does it bring you joy? Is it meaningful? Is it purposeful? Is it the best use of your time? Ask, why am I there? Why am I on this team? Why am I in this committee? And maybe ask to be disinvited, right? Maybe get yourself off, right? So look at your work life, maybe even look at your home life, and ask that question. How am I feeling about how I'm spending this time? How am I feeling about this activity that's on my schedule or on my to-do list? And then ask, why is it even on there? And then ask, can it be gone, right? So for us to really lean our lives, whether it's our work lives or our home lives, to really lean our lives, we need to explore our feelings. We need to understand the why behind what we're doing with our time, and then ask maybe the question, can I eliminate this? Can I lean it? Can I stop it? What do I have to do to do that? You might need to invest a little bit of time, like setting that boundary with an employee, like getting disinvited to a committee or a team, or maybe stopping a report that you've consistently been doing every day, every month, every week, or whatever, that's taking up your time and really isn't meaningful any longer. So, think about your time in this way. Does it bring you joy? Can it be stopped if it doesn't? And why is it even being done? So maybe those questions will help you as you lean your life and make room for the most important things, including your 3 commitments for the 66-day leadership resolution. All right, guys, see you on Motivational Monday, right? That'll be coming up just a few days away from our next Motivational Monday. And we're going to be talking about the resolution related to, I think we're choosing move. So it's not eat well, sleep well, move well. I think we're going to focus on movement next week. So how we move in the 66-day leadership resolution. So see you on Monday. Bye-bye now.